In the world's most unforgiving landscapes, where the relentless sun bakes the ground and the horizon shimmers with heat, only the most ingeniously adapted creatures endure. Here every shadow is fleeting, and the struggle for survival is a daily test of nature's ingenuity. Evolution has meticulously crafted a tapestry of life, each species equipped with specialized tools and behaviors. From the cryptic camouflage of reptiles to the resourceful foraging of insects, every adaptation is a testament to the relentless pressure of the environment. Among the most extraordinary survivors are two mammals, separated by oceans and continents, yet both armored in nature's finest defensive attire. The pangolin and the armadillo, though distant relatives, have converged upon a singular solution, transforming their bodies into nearly impregnable shields. The pangolin, native to the grasslands and forests of Africa and Asia, and the armadillo, a denizen of the Americas' diverse habitats, are living examples of convergent evolution, distinct lineages arriving at remarkably similar defenses in response to parallel threats. Despite their evolutionary distance, both species have developed formidable exteriors. The pangolin's overlapping scales and the armadillo's bony plates are masterpieces of natural engineering, each segment interlocking to create a seamless barrier against harm. This passive defense strategy is not merely a shield, it is a way of life. Both animals rely on their armor to withstand the constant threat of predation and the punishing extremes of their environments, seeking refuge in burrows or beneath natural cover when danger approaches. The pangolin, elusive and enigmatic, emerges at twilight. Its movements are deliberate and silent, gliding through the undergrowth with an almost spectral grace, guided by a keen sense of smell and acute hearing. Each pangolin is clad in a mosaic of keratin scales, overlapping, razor-edged, and uniquely patterned. These scales, numbering up to 1,000 per animal, are not only a physical barrier, but also a marvel of biological architecture, reflecting light in subtle hues and textures. When threatened, the pangolin's response is instantaneous. It coils into a near-perfect sphere, tucking its vulnerable underside away and presenting only its armored exterior. Even the most formidable predators, lions, hyenas, leopards, are left confounded, unable to penetrate this living fortress. The scales, sharp-edged and tightly interlocked, deflect claws and teeth with ease. Even the most persistent attacker finds no purchase, as the pangolin remains motionless, its body a puzzle that predators cannot solve. Under the cover of darkness, the pangolin often rises onto its hind legs, using its muscular tail for balance. This posture allows it to scan its surroundings and move with surprising agility through the tangled undergrowth, its eyes reflecting the faintest glimmer of starlight. Feeding is a delicate operation. The pangolin locates ant and termite colonies by scent, then uses its elongated, sticky tongue, sometimes exceeding 40 centimeters in length, to probe deep into nests, extracting insects with remarkable efficiency while minimizing damage to the colony. Lacking teeth, the pangolin relies on this extraordinary tongue, coated in viscous saliva, to capture its prey. The tongue's surface is covered in backward-facing papillae, ensuring that ants and termites adhere as it retracts, delivering a protein-rich meal directly to the stomach. Its forelimbs are equipped with formidable claws, capable of tearing open the hardened walls of termite mounds and ant nests. With powerful, rhythmic strokes, the pangolin exposes hidden chambers, sending insects scattering in all directions. To protect itself from the defensive swarms of its prey, the pangolin can seal its nostrils and ears, while thick, leathery eyelids shield its eyes from dust and stings. Every anatomical detail is honed for survival in a world of constant hazards. Each behavior is a product of evolutionary refinement. The pangolin grooms its scales meticulously, removing debris and parasites before resuming its search for food, an endless cycle of foraging and vigilance. The maternal bond is profound. A pangapup clings to its mother's tail, learning to navigate the world under her vigilant protection. At the first sign of danger, the mother curls around her young, forming an impenetrable barrier of scales. Across the Atlantic, the armadillo faces its own gauntlet of challenges. When threatened, it can roll into a tight ball or flatten itself against the earth, relying on a blend of agility and armor to evade predators. The armadillo's name, meaning little armored one in Spanish, is a tribute to its intricate shell. Composed of osteoderms, bony deposits forming plates beneath the skin, this armor covers the back, flanks, and head, flexing as the animal moves and providing robust protection. When confronted by predators such as snakes, the armadillo instinctively presses itself to the ground, drawing in its limbs and presenting only its armored surface. The shell's tough, keratinized plates deflect bites and strikes, often forcing the attacker to abandon its pursuit. The armadillo's acute sense of smell guides it to hidden caches of insects and grubs beneath the soil. Its powerful forelimbs, tipped with sharp claws, excavate burrows and unearth prey with remarkable speed and precision. Uniquely, the armadillo is also a proficient swimmer. It can cross rivers by inflating its stomach and intestines to increase buoyancy, floating effortlessly, or by walking along the riverbed, its dense armor anchoring it against the current. This versatility allows it to exploit a wide range of habitats, from arid plains to lush wetlands, adapting seamlessly to the demands of its environment. Across the endless shimmering plains of the African savanna, every day is a test of resourcefulness and resilience. Here, beneath the relentless sun and among the whispering grasses, the warthog has carved out a niche defined by adaptability, intelligence, and a remarkable ability to forge alliances with the world around it. The warthog's gait may appear ungainly, but each step is a testament to its evolutionary success. Its robust body, supported by powerful limbs, allows it to traverse uneven terrain and escape danger with surprising agility. Thick, fleshy warts jut from the sides of its face. These are not mere blemishes, but vital shields. During fierce clashes with rivals, these pads absorb the brunt of slashing tusks, protecting sensitive areas from serious harm. The warthog's tusks, elegantly curved and razor-sharp, serve a dual purpose. They are both formidable weapons in battle and essential tools for unearthing food hidden beneath the hard-packed earth. When threatened by predators, the warthog's response is swift and calculated. Rather than fleeing in panic, it may launch a sudden explosive charge, brandishing its tusks to ward off even the most determined attacker. For much of the day, warthogs are absorbed in the search for sustenance. Their diet is impressively varied, ranging from tender shoots and grasses to nutrient-rich bulbs and fallen fruit, each meal a reward for their relentless persistence. To access the shortest blades of grass and the most deeply buried roots, warthogs kneel on specially adapted calloused pads. This unique adaptation allows them to graze efficiently, conserving energy while maximizing their intake. Their sensitive snouts, pressed close to the earth, can detect the faintest traces of food. With each careful movement, they uncover hidden tubers and bulbs, vital sources of moisture and nutrition in the arid landscape. Unlike expert diggers such as aardvarks, warthogs are opportunists when it comes to shelter. They seek out abandoned burrows, often left behind by other animals, transforming these ready-made dens into safe retreats from predators and the midday heat. Before claiming a burrow, a warthog meticulously inspects the entrance, using its acute senses to detect any lurking threats, whether venomous snakes or hidden carnivores. In a display of instinctive caution, the warthog always enters these shelters in reverse. This ensures its tusks remain at the threshold, a formidable deterrent to any would-be intruder and a last line of defense. The savanna is a tapestry of interwoven lives. Warthogs often share their range with herds of zebra, antelope, and other grazers, benefiting from the collective vigilance and the subtle cues exchanged between species. Among the most intriguing of the warthog's relationships is its alliance with banded mongooses. This partnership is built on mutual trust and a shared need for survival in a challenging environment. When a warthog settles onto the ground and allows a troop of mongooses to clamber over its body, it is engaging in a sophisticated exchange, offering access in return for a vital service. The mongooses, nimble and thorough, comb through the warthog's bristly hair, extracting ticks and parasites that would otherwise sap its health. For the mongooses, these pests are a rich source of nourishment. This is a classic example of symbiosis. Each participant gains a crucial advantage. The warthog enjoys relief from irritation and disease, while the mongooses secure a steady meal. In these moments of cooperation, the harsh realities of the savannah are momentarily softened. Both warthog and mongoose remain alert, their combined awareness offering greater protection from lurking predators. Warthogs are also deeply social within their own kind. They form cohesive groups known as sounders, typically led by a dominant female, where cooperation and communication are essential for survival. Within these groups, subtle signals, such as grunts, nudges, and tail movements, convey information about food, threats, and the need to move, ensuring the group remains unified and responsive. When the matriarch signals with her tail held high, it acts as a beacon for her piglets, guiding them safely through the tall grasses and reducing the risk of separation in the dense undergrowth. This coordinated movement allows the sounder to navigate the savannah's hazards as a single, cohesive unit, each member attuned to the signals of the others. When danger strikes, the warthog's courage is unmistakable. A mother will confront a predator head-on, using her size and tusks to distract and intimidate, buying precious seconds for her young to vanish into the safety of the grass and ensuring the legacy of her lineage endures. As the African dry season intensifies, the once mighty rivers dwindle to a labyrinth of muddy, evaporating pools. The air shimmers with heat, and the cracked earth bears silent witness to the relentless sun. Water, now a precious commodity, becomes the focal point of life and conflict for all who depend on it. The landscape is transformed into a mosaic of desperation, where every remaining drop draws a congregation of species. The boundaries between predator and prey dissolve as thirst overrides caution, and the struggle for survival brings even the most unlikely neighbors together. In these shrinking refuges, two of Africa's most formidable aquatic giants are forced into close quarters, the territorial hippopotamus and the opportunistic Nile crocodile. Both are supremely adapted to life in water, yet their coexistence is fraught with tension and risk. Hippos, with their immense barrel-shaped bodies, depend on water to regulate their body temperature and protect their sensitive skin from sunburn. Their skin secretes a natural sunscreen, a pinkish fluid that helps prevent dehydration and infection. As the pools contract, hippos are forced into ever tighter clusters. Normally solitary or territorial, they now endure close contact, their massive bodies pressing together in a constant battle for space and relief from the relentless heat. Tensions simmer just beneath the surface. Dominant bulls, their jaws capable of crushing bone, defend their shrinking territories with explosive displays of aggression. Violent clashes erupt, sending shockwaves through the muddy water. For mothers, vigilance is unceasing. Calves, dwarfed by the adults, are at constant risk of being trampled in the chaos or exposed to the searing sun. Maternal instincts drive mothers to shield their young, guiding them through the shifting mass of bodies. The Nile crocodile, a relic of prehistory, moves with silent, calculated precision. Its armored body and ancient, unblinking eyes betray a patience refined over millions of years of evolution. Crocodiles are masters of endurance. They can survive for months without food, slowing their metabolism and conserving energy as they wait for the perfect moment to strike. Their ability to remain motionless for hours makes them nearly invisible to unsuspecting prey. Navigating a crowded pool of hippos is perilous. The crocodile's every movement is deliberate, its survival hinging on reading the mood of the unpredictable giants that surround it. A single miscalculation can trigger a violent confrontation. Hippo bulls, already on edge from the crowding, will not hesitate to charge, their immense power capable of inflicting fatal injuries, even on a crocodile's armored body. Despite the volatility, moments of calm emerge. Hippos, known for their aggression, also display remarkable gentleness, reinforcing social bonds through quiet interactions and mutual grooming. On the broad backs of hippos, oxpeckers find sanctuary. These small, vigilant birds are more than mere passengers. They are essential caretakers, ever watchful for parasites. With meticulous precision, oxpeckers comb through the hippo's thick skin, extracting ticks, flies, and other parasites that would otherwise torment their massive hosts. These birds even tend to open wounds, reducing the risk of infection and accelerating healing, a rare example of interspecies cooperation in an otherwise harsh environment. In return, hippos provide the oxpeckers with a safe vantage point and a steady supply of nourishment, forging a mutually beneficial partnership that endures through the harshest conditions. This symbiotic bond is a subtle yet vital thread in the intricate web of life, a testament to the unexpected alliances that emerge in the struggle for survival. The drama at the water's edge extends beyond hippos and crocodiles. Herds of antelope, zebra, and even warthogs approach with trepidation, acutely aware of the dangers that lurk beneath the surface and in the shadows. A pride of lions, driven by thirst and hunger, may venture close to the water's edge. Their presence adds another layer of tension, as every animal remains alert to the shifting balance of power. The hippos, unchallenged in their aquatic domain, retreat to deeper water, forming a formidable barrier. Their sheer size and collective strength are enough to deter even the most determined predators. The lions, wary of the deep mud and the hippo's power, linger at the margins. Their thirst is held in check by the formidable guardians of the pool, and the risk of injury outweighs the promise of water. Here, at the intersection of land and water, a delicate equilibrium is maintained. The rulers of the river and the monarchs of the savannah meet, each respecting the invisible boundaries that define their realms, a silent truce in the ongoing struggle for survival, shaped by the relentless demands of the African dry season. As the first rays of sunlight pierce the horizon, the savannah awakens in a golden haze. The tall grasses sway gently, masking the deliberate movements of a lion pride as they traverse their ancestral domain, each step blending seamlessly with the rhythm of the land. The lions advance with silent discipline, their bodies low and muscles taut. Every stride is a study in restraint, as they synchronize their breathing and movements, minimizing sound and scent to remain undetected by their quarry. The hunt unfolds with remarkable precision. Lionesses, the pride's primary hunters, fan out in a calculated arc, using the terrain to their advantage. Their eyes lock onto a herd of wildebeest, and with subtle cues, a flick of a tail, a shift in posture, they communicate intent and direction. Between hunts, the lionesses gather in tranquil clusters, reinforcing their social bonds through gentle grooming and shared rest. These moments of calm are essential, nurturing the trust and cooperation that define the pride's strength. When the time is right, the lionesses surge forward in a coordinated burst of speed. Some drive the prey into confusion, while others lie in ambush, ready to intercept any animal that breaks from the herd's protection. The aftermath of the hunt is a scene of structured sharing. The dominant male claims the first portion, followed by the lionesses and then the cubs, each member receiving their share in a ritual that maintains order and hierarchy. Grooming is more than hygiene. It is a language of affection and reassurance. Through these intimate gestures, lions reaffirm their roles within the pride, weaving a network of loyalty that endures through hardship and abundance. The lionesses raise their young communally, each female vigilant and nurturing. Cubs are taught the fundamentals of survival through playful wrestling and mock stalking, their every move observed and guided by experienced mothers and aunts. Nursing and protection are shared responsibilities. The cubs, vulnerable to predators and the elements, are kept close and watched over by a vigilant circle of adults, ensuring their safety and growth. The pride's dominant males patrol the boundaries with unwavering focus. Their presence is a deterrent to rival males and a shield against external threats as they mark territory and scan the horizon for any sign of intrusion. A lion's roar, deep and resonant, travels for miles across the plains. This vocal display is both a declaration of dominance and a warning, its reverberations causing herds to pause and predators to reconsider their approach. In the golden light of late afternoon, the pride gathers in close-knit groups, reaffirming their unity through touch and proximity. These bonds are the foundation of their resilience in a landscape shaped by competition and change. Yet not all hunters rely on the strength of numbers. Some, like the solitary leopard or the elusive serval, move alone, their survival dependent on stealth, agility, and acute senses. Among these solitary hunters, the black mamba stands apart. Its slender, muscular body glides effortlessly through the undergrowth, scales catching the light as it navigates the labyrinth of grass and stone. The mamba's forked tongue samples the air, collecting microscopic particles that reveal the presence of prey or predator. Each flick is a data point, processed by a highly sensitive Jacobson's organ, allowing the snake to build a detailed map of its surroundings. Capable of reaching speeds up to 20 kilometers per hour, the black mamba is one of the fastest snakes on Earth. It can traverse open ground with astonishing agility or ascend trees in pursuit of birds and small mammals, adapting its hunting style to the environment. When threatened, the mamba rears up, exposing the inky blackness of its mouth, a stark, unmistakable warning. Its body coils tightly, ready to strike with precision and speed, delivering a neurotoxic venom that acts within minutes. The reputation of the black mamba precedes it. Even the largest herbivores, such as elephants and buffalo, alter their paths to avoid a chance encounter, while smaller animals freeze or scatter at the faintest sign of its presence. The mamba's hunting is swift and efficient. It targets birds, rodents, and occasionally other reptiles, striking with surgical accuracy. Its venom, a potent cocktail of neurotoxins, immobilizes prey almost instantly, ensuring a meal with minimal struggle. Yet, the mamba's existence is fraught with peril. Raptors circle above, their keen eyesight searching for movement, while terrestrial predators lurk in the shadows. Every pause is a calculated risk, every movement a balance between hunger and safety. Eagles dive with lethal intent, crocodiles strike from the water's edge, and the fearless mongoose, immune to many snake venoms, stalks the mamba with relentless determination. Survival demands constant vigilance and adaptability. Across the savanna, every species is locked in a perpetual contest of adaptation and response. Predators and prey shape each other's evolution, their interactions forming the backbone of the ecosystem's complexity. From the armored pangolin, whose scales deflect the teeth of predators, to the towering giraffe and the resourceful warthog, each animal occupies a unique niche. The lion's cooperation, the mamba's stealth, and the pangolin's armor are all solutions to the challenges of survival. As the sun sets, the savanna is bathed in amber light, its inhabitants settling into the rhythms of night and day. To protect these wild realms and their extraordinary creatures is to preserve the intricate balance of life, a legacy that endures only through respect and stewardship for generations yet to come. As the blazing sun finally slips beneath the horizon, the desert's golden sands cool and lengthen into deep, shifting shadows. The air, once shimmering with heat, now carries a crisp edge, signaling the arrival of night's hidden perils. From the shelter of a shallow burrow, a fennec fox emerges, its enormous ears rotating independently to capture the faintest sounds, each movement a calculated response to the subtle symphony of the desert after dark. The fox's creamy fur, perfectly matched to the pale dunes, offers camouflage from both predators and prey. Its delicate paws, furred on the underside, allow it to move silently across the cooling sand, leaving barely a trace. As darkness deepens, the temperature plunges rapidly, dropping by dozens of degrees within an hour. The desert, so hostile by day, becomes a stage for nocturnal hunters and the hunted. The fox pauses, body low, ears twitching. It detects a faint rhythmic vibration beneath the sand, a sign of life moving just out of sight. A Deathstalker scorpion, nearly invisible against the grains, glides across the surface. Its exoskeleton, translucent and pale, reflects the moonlight in ghostly flashes as it searches for insects. The scorpion's tail arches high, tipped with a venomous stinger capable of delivering a neurotoxin potent enough to subdue much larger animals. Its pincers flex, ready to defend or attack in an instant. The fox lowers itself, muscles coiled, eyes locked on the scorpion's subtle movements. Every step is measured, each breath controlled, as it calculates the risk and reward of this perilous hunt. Hunger sharpens the fox's focus. It knows the scorpion's sting can be fatal, yet the promise of nourishment outweighs hesitation. Under the pale glow of the moon, predator and prey face each other. The silence is absolute, broken only by the faint whisper of shifting sand. The scorpion stands its ground, pincers wide, tail poised to strike. It senses the fox's approach and prepares for a desperate defense. For a fleeting moment, time seems suspended. Both animals are acutely aware of the other's lethal capabilities, each movement a test of nerve and instinct. Suddenly, the fox springs forward, its leap precise and practiced. It lands just beyond the reach of the scorpion's stinger, narrowly avoiding a deadly strike. The fox feints left, then right, darting in and out with astonishing speed. Each maneuver is a calculated risk, designed to exhaust and confuse its armored opponent. With a final, lightning-fast snap, the fox seizes the scorpion behind its head, neutralizing the threat before consuming its hard-won meal. The victory is brief. The desert's harshness is unrelenting, and every meal is earned through risk and cunning. The fox remains alert, scanning the ever-changing landscape. Beneath the sand, unseen threats, burrowing snakes, rival predators are always present. Overhead, a silent owl glides in search of movement, while a horned viper lies motionless, perfectly camouflaged, waiting for its own opportunity. Each night, the desert's inhabitants are tested by the elements and by each other. Only the most adaptable survive, their lives a testament to the power of instinct and resilience. From the tiniest beetle to the swift fox, every creature here is shaped by the relentless demands of survival. Each encounter is a unique contest of strategy and adaptation. In this unforgiving world, survival belongs not to the strongest, but to those who can read the land, anticipate danger, and adapt with unwavering determination. Beneath a vast, ink-black sky, scattered with countless stars, the desert transforms into a world of shadows and subtle movement. The wind stirs the fine grains of sand, sending ripples across the surface and carrying the faintest scents and sounds through the cool night air. Sparse clumps of wiry grass and scattered pebbles break the monotony of the dunes, offering rare shelter and camouflage for the creatures that call this place home. From the shelter of a low dune, two pale reflective eyes emerge, those of the sandcat, a master of nocturnal survival. Its body remains hidden in the shadows, every muscle poised as it surveys the landscape for the slightest sign of movement. With each step, the sandcat's padded paws leave barely a trace, its gait so silent that even the wind cannot betray its presence. Its dense, sand-colored fur insulates against the chill and blends seamlessly with the moonlit terrain, rendering it nearly invisible to both prey and predator. Flattening itself against the ground, the sandcat becomes a living shadow, its form indistinguishable from the undulating dunes. Driven by hunger, its senses are heightened, ears rotating independently to capture the faintest rustle, nose twitching to analyze every scent carried by the breeze. The sandcat's oversized ears, lined with fine fur, detect vibrations beneath the sand, signals of life hidden from ordinary perception. Suddenly, a faint, almost imperceptible hiss slices through the silence. a warning that danger is near. The sound is nearly lost amid the shifting sands, but the sand-cat freezes, every sense focused on the source. Concealed beneath a brittle shrub, the Saharan horned viper lies motionless, its body pressed flat against the cool earth. Its triangular head and distinctive horns break the outline of its body, providing perfect camouflage among the rocks and sand. The viper's scales shimmer with intricate patterns, mimicking the play of moonlight and shadow across the desert floor. Its horns curve upward, framing unblinking eyes that reflect the faintest glimmer of starlight, betraying no emotion or intent. Both predators are sculpted by evolution for stealth and patience, each relying on their unique adaptations to survive in this unforgiving environment. The sand cat begins a slow, deliberate circle around the viper, its body low, tail trailing in the sand, eyes locked on its adversary. Every muscle is coiled, ready to spring, as it gauges the distance and the viper's readiness to strike. The cat's gaze never wavers, analyzing the subtle tension in the snake's body, searching for the slightest sign of movement. The horned viper, sensing the threat, coils tighter, its head raised, ready to unleash a lightning-fast strike. Its tongue flicks rapidly, sampling the air for chemical cues, building a precise map of its opponent's position. Each flick gathers invisible trails, allowing the viper to track even the most cautious intruder. The moon casts a cold, silvery light, stretching the shadows and heightening the tension between hunter and hunted. The sandcat feints to the left, then darts right, testing the viper's reflexes and searching for an opening. In a blur of motion, the viper launches forward, fangs glinting as it aims for the sandcat's exposed flank. The sandcat reacts instantly, leaping sideways with astonishing agility, its body twisting mid-air to avoid the venomous fangs. Landing lightly, it pivots and closes the distance, exploiting the viper's momentary vulnerability. With a swift, calculated swipe, the sandcat's paw strikes the viper's head, aiming to stun and disorient its foe. The two adversaries pause, locked in a tense standoff, each aware that a single mistake could prove fatal. The sandcat's breathing is shallow, its heart pounding as it waits for the perfect moment to act. In a final, explosive burst of speed, the sandcat lunges, jaws parting to deliver a decisive bite. Its teeth sink into the viper's neck, severing the spine and ending the deadly contest in an instant. As the first hints of dawn color the horizon, the sandcat settles to feed, its victory hard-earned in the silent struggle of the night. The desert awakens, golden light spilling across the dunes, signaling the end of one battle and the promise of new challenges to come. Tracks in the sand tell the story of survival, each imprint a fleeting record of the night's drama, soon to be erased by the wind. In this harsh, beautiful world, every creature must adapt, innovate, and risk everything for another day. As darkness returns, new hunters emerge, and the cycle of stealth, strategy, and survival begins anew beneath the eternal stars. Here, in the heart of the dunes, every night is a testament to the relentless ingenuity and resilience of life, thriving against all odds beneath the silent, watchful sky. As the first rays of dawn spill across the Namib desert, the ancient dunes glow with a subtle, ethereal light, their crests casting long, cool shadows over the rippling sands. In this arid expanse where rainfall may not come for years, the land is etched with the memory of vanished rivers and the promise of rare moisture clinging to life in the form of dew. Beneath the sand, the Namib web-footed gecko stirs, emerging from its cool burrow, just as the air begins to shift from night's chill to the gentle warmth of morning. Its skin, nearly translucent and tinged with soft pastels, is a marvel of adaptation, reflecting the harshest rays while absorbing enough heat to fuel its dawn activities. The gecko's broad, webbed feet distribute its weight, allowing it to move effortlessly across the loose, powdery sand, leaving behind a trail of delicate, fan-shaped prints. Pausing atop a small rise, the gecko surveys its surroundings, its large, lidless eyes perfectly adapted to detect the faintest movement in the dim light. Not far away, a fog beetle begins its ascent of a wind-carved dune, its matte black exoskeleton absorbing the first hints of warmth from the sun. The beetle positions itself at the dune's crest, raising its rear into the cool, moist breeze that sweeps in from the Atlantic, a behavior honed by generations of survival. As the fog condenses, microscopic droplets form on the beetle's hydrophilic shell, coalescing into beads of water that glisten in the pale morning light. With practiced precision, the beetle tilts its body, channeling the precious droplets down grooves on its back and directly to its mouthparts, drinking deeply from the mist. Meanwhile, the gecko flicks its tongue, sampling the air for chemical cues, its Jacobson's organ finely tuned to detect the scent of potential prey. It observes the beetle's ritual from a distance, recognizing the telltale silhouette and the glint of moisture on its shell, a vital resource in this parched world. With deliberate, silent steps, the gecko begins its approach, each movement calculated to avoid detection as it ascends the shifting slope. The beetle, sensitive to the faintest tremors, pauses mid-drink, its antennae sweeping the air and sand for signs of danger. A silent drama unfolds, predator and prey, each shaped by the relentless demands of the desert, locked in a contest where hesitation means loss. In a flash, the gecko lunges, its jaws snapping forward with astonishing speed and accuracy. The beetle attempts a desperate retreat, its legs churning the sand, but the gecko's agility and precision leave little chance for escape. With a swift, efficient bite, the gecko secures its prey, consuming not only vital nutrients, but also the life-sustaining moisture stored within the beetle's body. Sated, the gecko retreats to the safety of a shaded crevice where the temperature remains bearable and predators are few, conserving energy for the trials ahead. As the sun climbs higher, the fog lifts, revealing a landscape sculpted by wind and time, where every living thing is a master of adaptation. In the Namib, survival is a daily negotiation with the elements, a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of creatures like the web-footed gecko and the fog beetle, thriving on the very edge of possibility. Dawn breaks over the Central Asian steppe, painting the horizon in hues of gold and rose. A golden eagle, monarch of these skies, glides effortlessly on rising thermals, its wingspan stretching nearly 2.5 meters as it surveys the vast grasslands below. Each powerful beat of its wings sends a ripple of shadow across the ochre grasses, while sunlight glints off the intricate patterns of its feathers, each one engineered for silent aerodynamic flight. The steppe shimmers with heat, a living tapestry of swaying grass and distant mirages. Below, a Corsac fox darts through the feather grass, its slender body weaving between tufts with practiced agility. The fox's pale, sandy coat blends seamlessly with the sun-bleached landscape, rendering it nearly invisible to all but the keenest eyes. Its amber gaze flickers with intelligence, and every movement is calculated, each paw placed with care to avoid betraying its presence to both prey and predator. The fox pauses, nose quivering as it samples the air for the scent of voles or insects. Its ears, edged in white, rotate independently, capturing the faintest tremor of movement beneath the grass. Every sense is attuned to survival, honed by countless days in this unforgiving wilderness. Overhead, the eagle's shadow glides silently, a fleeting omen that sends small creatures scurrying for cover. The raptor's vision is unmatched, able to spot a mouse from hundreds of meters above the earth. The eagle's talons flex in anticipation, each curved claw capable of exerting crushing force, while its beak, hooked and razor-sharp, promises swift dispatch for any prey it seizes. The eagle circles with unwavering focus, its golden eyes scanning every ripple in the grass. It is a patient hunter, conserving energy until the perfect moment to strike. The fox, meanwhile, remains alert, aware that danger can descend from above in an instant. The eagle tracks the fox's swift movements, calculating distance and wind, waiting for a lapse in vigilance. The fox, nimble and resourceful, zigzags through open terrain, using every dip and rise in the land to its advantage. Suddenly, a ground squirrel bursts from its burrow, sending a spray of sand into the air and emitting a shrill alarm that echoes across the steppe. The fox's muscles tense, eyes locked on the fleeing rodent. Instinct takes over as it springs forward, claws digging into the earth for traction. At that same instant, the eagle folds its wings and plunges earthward, slicing through the air at speeds exceeding 240 kilometers per hour. The rush of wind is the only warning as predator and predator converge on the same quarry. For a split second, the fox's jaws snap shut just behind the squirrel, missing by a whisker, while the eagle's talons close with lethal precision. The eagle seizes the squirrel, lifting it effortlessly from the ground as the fox skids to a halt, dust swirling around its paws. The contest is over in a heartbeat, the outcome determined by speed, timing, and the relentless demands of survival. The eagle ascends, prey clutched tightly, its silhouette framed against the vast sky. Below, the fox watches, chest heaving, its resolve undiminished by the loss. In this land, every hunt is a lesson, every failure a step toward mastery. As the sun dips toward the horizon, the eagle settles atop a weathered rock, surveying the steppe with regal composure. The fox, undeterred, melts into the tall grass, its form vanishing as dusk deepens. Both creatures are shaped by the demands of this harsh environment, each adapting, each enduring, each driven by the unyielding rhythm of the wild. In the boundless steppe, the golden eagle and the Corsac fox embody the spirit of resilience and ingenuity. Their lives are a testament to the intricate balance of predator and prey, a perpetual dance beneath the endless sky. Night falls swiftly over the arid expanse of the American Southwest, transforming the desert into a realm of shadows and silver light. The sands, still warm from the day's relentless sun, ripple softly beneath the pale glow of a crescent moon. Here, beneath the silent watch of saguaro silhouettes, a new contest unfolds, one born of adaptation and survival. A Sidewinder rattlesnake emerges from its shallow burrow, its pale, sandy scales mirroring the color and texture of the dunes. Each movement is a study in efficiency. The snake's body forms S-shaped curves, propelling it sideways across the surface with minimal contact, leaving a trail of delicate J-shaped imprints in its wake. Its wedge-shaped head rises above the sand, heat-sensing pits attuned to the faintest warmth radiating from potential prey. Nearby, a kangaroo rat forages beneath the shelter of a creosote bush. With oversized hind legs and a long, tufted tail, the rodent moves in a series of explosive, gravity-defying leaps. Its enormous eyes reflect the starlight, adapted for night vision, while its sensitive whiskers test the air for danger. The kangaroo rat's every movement is a blend of caution and necessity, each hop calculated to avoid the silent killers that stalk the desert floor. The Sidewinder freezes, tongue flickering as it detects the scent of the rodent. Its body coils, muscles tensing beneath the sand, ready to strike with lightning speed. The kangaroo rat pauses, ears erect, sensing the subtlest vibrations beneath its feet. In a world where milliseconds mean the difference between life and death, both predator and prey are honed to perfection by the demands of their environment. Suddenly the Sidewinder strikes, its head snapping forward in a blur. But the kangaroo rat reacts with astonishing reflexes, launching itself high into the air, twisting mid-leap to avoid the venomous fangs. Sand explodes in a miniature cloud as the rodent lands, using its tail for balance before bounding away in a zigzag pattern. The Sidewinder recoils, momentarily thwarted, its venomous strike finding only empty space. This nightly duel is an ancient ritual, played out countless times beneath the desert stars. Each encounter shapes the evolution of both hunter and hunted, driving ever greater feats of agility, speed, and cunning. As dawn approaches, the Sidewinder buries itself once more, hidden beneath the sands. The kangaroo rat disappears into the labyrinth of its burrow, heart pounding, victorious in this round of the eternal desert contest. In the silent, moonlit dunes, the balance of predator and prey endures, each life a testament to the ingenuity and resilience born of the desert's fierce embrace. As the first blush of dawn paints the desert sky in hues of rose and amber, The sands stir with hidden life. In a patch of sun-baked earth, a solitary velvet ant, neither true ant nor entirely wasp, traverses the terrain with purposeful determination. Her body glimmers with iridescent orange-red fuzz, a warning flag to predators of her notorious sting. Each step is deliberate, her antennae sweeping in rhythmic arcs to decode the chemical signatures left by other desert dwellers. Unbeknownst to her, danger lurks just beneath the surface. Embedded in the hardpan, a trapdoor spider lies in wait within a silken-lined burrow. Its lair, expertly camouflaged with grains of sand and fragments of dried vegetation, is nearly invisible even to the most discerning eye. Only the faintest seam betrays the presence of a hinged lid, perfectly flush with the desert floor. The velvet ant pauses, sensing a shift in the subtle vibrations beneath her feet. Her exoskeleton, armored and resilient, offers some protection, but not from the speed of an ambush predator. The spider, 8 eyes gleaming in the dim light, calculates the perfect moment. With explosive force, the trapdoor springs open and powerful legs lunge upward, seeking to drag the intruder into the darkness below. But the velvet ant is no ordinary prey. She pivots with astonishing agility, her legs propelling her out of reach as the spider's fangs snap shut on empty air. Undeterred, the trapdoor spider retreats, sealing its refuge with a practiced flick. The velvet ant emits a faint, high-pitched squeak, a warning and a triumph, before resuming her solitary patrol. Above ground and below, the desert's silent duel continues. Each encounter hones the senses and instincts of both hunter and hunted. In this ancient arena, every adaptation is a victory, every escape a lesson etched in the sands. As the day's heat intensifies, the velvet ant disappears into the shimmering mirage, her passage marked only by the faintest trail, another chapter in the relentless cycle of survival beneath the burning sun. As dusk deepens over the endless dunes, the desert comes alive with shadows and whispers. In the cool of twilight, a jerboa, a tiny, long-legged rodent, emerges from its burrow. Its oversized hind legs and elongated tail give it the appearance of a miniature kangaroo, each leap covering astonishing distances across the powdery sand. Wide, alert eyes scan the horizon, tuned to the faintest tremor or flicker of movement. The jerboa's world is one of perpetual vigilance, for danger here is both patient and sudden. Beneath a brittle clump of desert grass, another figure stirs, the Deathstalker scorpion. Its pale, translucent body is nearly invisible against the moonlit ground, but the venom in its slender tail gleams with lethal promise. The Deathstalker's delicate pincers and precise movements betray a hunter's confidence. Every step is calculated, antennae-like pedipalps sampling the air, seeking the subtle vibrations of prey. The jerboa pauses, whiskers twitching, sensing a disturbance in the sand. With a flicker of movement, it darts forward, only to be met by the sudden, blinding strike of the scorpion's tail. The encounter is lightning fast. A leap, a lunge, a near miss. The jerboa twists in mid-air, evading the venomous stinger by a hair's breadth. Sand erupts in a spray as the rodent lands, its heart pounding, ready to spring again. But the Deathstalker is relentless. It circles tail arched high, reading the patterns of its quarry. Another strike, this time the jerboa feints, doubling back in a blur of motion. The two adversaries dance beneath the starlit sky, predator and prey locked in a contest of speed, agility, and nerve. Finally, with a final desperate leap, the jerboa vanishes into the darkness, its pale fur blending with the shifting sands. The Deathstalker pauses, tail poised, then retreats into the shadows to await another opportunity. In the desert's nocturnal theatre, survival is a game of milliseconds and instinct. Here, every nightfall brings a new chapter, every encounter a testament to the delicate balance between life and death beneath the silent, watchful stars. As the moon climbs higher, painting the dunes in silver and shadow, a new drama unfolds at the edge of a rocky outcrop. The Caracal, a lithe, tawny predator with tufted black ears, moves with spectral grace, its paws barely disturbing the sand. Eyes sharp and unblinking, the Caracal scans the landscape, every muscle tuned for the faintest ripple of movement. Near a cluster of sun-bleached stones, a spiny-tailed lizard basks in the lingering warmth of the day. Its armored tail, ringed with formidable spikes, is both shield and weapon. The lizard's scales shimmer with earthy hues, a perfect camouflage against the rugged terrain. It forages slowly, tongue flicking to catch the scent of insects hidden among the rocks. The caracal crouches low, calculating distance and wind, its body a study in patience and precision. With a silent shift, it begins its approach, each step synchronized with the lizard's distracted movements. The camera lingers on the caracal's sinewy frame, the subtle twitch of its whiskers, the measured tension in its haunches. Suddenly, with a burst of speed, the caracal lunges. The spiny-tailed lizard senses the vibration, dashing for the nearest crevice with astonishing agility. Sand sprays as the caracal's paw strikes the ground, missing its quarry by mere centimeters. The lizard's spiked tail thrashes in warning, barring the entrance to its rocky sanctuary. The caracal pauses, eyes narrowed, assessing the impenetrable barrier of spikes and stone. For a moment, predator and prey lock eyes, one driven by hunger, the other by the instinct to endure. With a low, frustrated growl, the caracal retreats, vanishing into the wavering heat haze of the night. The spiny-tailed lizard remains motionless, heart pounding, before slowly emerging to resume its nocturnal routine. In the desert, every encounter is a test of adaptation and resolve. For the caracal and the lizard, the ancient contest between stalker and survivor continues, woven into the fabric of the endless sands. As the desert night deepens, the silence is broken not by a roar or a chase, but by the soft shuffling of an elusive architect, the aardwolf. With its slender frame, striped coat, and oversized ears, the aardwolf moves with cautious intent across the moonlit savanna. Unlike its hyena cousins, the aardwolf is a specialist, a master of quiet persistence rather than brute force. The camera glides low, revealing an ancient termite mound rising from the sand like a weathered monument. The mound pulses with hidden life, its labyrinthine tunnels engineered by millions of tireless workers. For the aardwolf, this is a banquet hall, and it approaches with practiced stealth, careful not to disturb the vigilant sentinels at the mound's entrance. A close-up captures the aardwolf's delicate, elongated muzzle as it probes the mound's surface. Its tongue, long, sticky, and astonishingly agile, flicks out, slipping into tiny cracks where soldier termites patrol. The aardwolf laps up hundreds of insects in mere seconds, each movement precise, each lick measured to avoid triggering a defensive swarm. Inside the mound, the camera reveals the chaos of the termite colony. Soldiers clamor to repel the intruder, while workers scurry deeper into the earthen fortress. The aardwolf, undeterred, circles the mound, exploiting weaknesses, its senses attuned to the faintest vibrations beneath the surface. Above, a pale gecko observes from the safety of a crevice, while a scorpion navigates the shadows below, each creature adapting to the nocturnal rhythms of the desert. The aardwolf pauses, ears swiveling to catch the distant yip of a jackal. Satisfied and sated, it melts back into the darkness, leaving the mound battered but unbroken. As dawn approaches, the termite colony repairs its fortress, sealing breaches and restoring order in the relentless cycle of survival. In the quiet struggle between predator and prey, the landscape itself is shaped, each actor a vital thread in the tapestry of the desert night. Here the extraordinary unfolds not in violence but in the silent persistence of those who thrive in the margins, where adaptation is the only law.